Hello, everybody. Hey, I'm back. I gotta apologize. I actually tried to make a video a couple days ago, and I used like the YouTube video thing, and it didn't work. It wouldn't upload. So this is my second time. So I have like almost like a whole week's worth of stuff to talk about. So hi. So my last video we talked about that I was gonna be going back to work, and I was having some issues with head hunger and um, just the foods I was able to eat. So let me tell you about that. Going back to work was very interesting. I opted to not tell anybody at work that I had surgery except for my very best work friend. And I actually carpool from my closer to my area, to the location that I actually work. And it's a 30-mile drive. It takes about 40 minutes. And I've been driving with my friend, my became friends with him because of driving in the carpool, but for 5 years. So I kind of tell him everything because we drive, an hour and a half together every day. So he kind of knows everything that's going on in my life. So I told him. He was actually the first person that I had told outside of my family. And I told like I said, my very best work friend that I've known for like 10 years. I didn't tell my supervisor. I didn't tell HR. I didn't tell anybody else. I did contact HR. I let them know that that's something that I was going to be having a procedure, and just so I was able to I got the FMLA paperwork, and they knew that I would only be submitting it if I had complications and if I needed to request more. I had requested just regular 2 weeks off for annual leave. So so they were aware that something was going on, but I didn't tell them like really anything. So went back to work. I had already lost 20 pounds, and nobody has said a single word. And I think it's because, like you don't really want to point out to people that you noticed that they were overweight. Maybe this is all a theory because I really don't know why. But I'm thinking that they just didn't want to say anything because they didn't want to like bring it to my attention that they had noticed I was overweight, or they don't want to be the first one to mention it. They don't want to but I was really surprised. I was kind of mentally preparing myself for like what I would say if people asked me. I'm sure it'll come up, but we'll see. And then tomorrow we have a training day where the whole there's several branches of where I work. So there's two main offices. And so everybody's going to be together in one location, and I am actually the president of our union. So, and we've had a lot of union activity lately, and so my face has kind of been around a lot. So everyone kind of has been focusing on me and looking at me. So I have a feeling that tomorrow, some of the people that I'm very close to in the other location, I think they're going to be saying something because we worked really closely together on a really on some contract negotiations. So that was a long time, and we were working very closely. So I have a feeling. But anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But in terms of my energy levels at work, first day, I actually had to leave a little bit early because I was so exhausted. Second day, we ended up having massive storms. A lot of you, if you're looking at this currently, so today is November, February. I believe it's February 12th, 2017. And so in the past several weeks, we've had some major storms. And in my area, we've taken kind of a lot of storm damage. And there was a little bit of there was like a road closure in my area. So I actually left home early because my kids are young adults, 18 and 19, actually 19 and 20. But they were kind of stuck. And so I wanted to be able to get here to kind of assist them. They were having some issues. So... But the rest of the week I was able to go the whole day. I came home very tired. Definitely no energy once I got home. I had used it all up, but it wasn't too bad. So that went really well. It's so no problems with that. In terms of my food intake, that has been a little bit more of a challenge because of now switching over from full liquids to the soft food stage. There's a really big difference in how much you can consume. So like a soup, I could probably eat, well, I would say 3/4 of a cup. You know, I could probably push it if I ate it slower and for a longer period. I could probably actually intake probably maybe even a whole cup if it was just like a thin soup. But when you start eating the thicker foods, the quantity really decreases. So right now I'm kind of averaging like 1/3 of a cup, sometimes even 1/4 of a cup, depending on what it is. But what I have found that so you really have to eat very, very slowly because there's a little bit of like a delay. So like right now, I've been trying to use actually like the little toddler forks or even like baby spoons, because using a full spoon, it's just the quantity is so great. But the other, like last night for instance, I just had some mashed potatoes that, like with some cheese like melted into it, and I did just a little bit too much, and it just like felt like it was just like stuck right here, and I just like had to put like my head up and like deep breathe, and like had to like shut out like the rest of the world, and I was just like in the moment of like feeling like I was like I was almost like I was choking, but I could still breathe. Very uncomfortable. Really, it only takes doing that a couple times until it's like, okay, I'm not doing that again. So you kind of learn. And then I think that because of having that happen a couple times, my head hunger is almost completely gone. I haven't had really bad head hunger, because the thing that I'm craving, I'm very triggered by like if something's like on the TV, like, you know, those darn Grand Macs and the Mac Junior. Gosh, you know, it was a I love Big Macs, even though I didn't really, which is so funny, I barely ate Big Macs in my pre-op phase, like time of my life. Yet I remember what they taste like, and so it's like it kind of like sparks that little craving. But the reality is, there's no way that I could physically eat or even take a bite of one of those. Maybe if I deconstructed it and had like a little piece of the meat, but then what would be the point? Like it would no longer be what it's supposed to be. So I think just having enough bad experiences with just like the approved foods getting stuck, that non-approved foods are just like, I don't have any desire to even, I don't even want to go there. But you know, and I'm still working on the protein, still working on the fluids. I've been buying the Powerade Zeros, trying to find a flavor I can stand, buying different flavors of the protein shakes, vitamin waters, drink mixes, and something has changed in my taste buds where things, they don't just like not taste good. There's like an aversion. It's like they taste actually like bad to me. So I'm really struggling to find things that I like. So far, I couldn't even name a single drink that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really liking to drink this. There's nothing right now that I like. Now the things I can tolerate are different, more like the protein drinks, like the Atkins mochas. I've got an Atkins double chocolate right here, which this is pretty good. You know, the protein premier protein. I mean, I've literally, this is like crazy, but just looking around, there's all these bottles of like Vita water and, you know, or vitamin water or whatever those are called, with just like a little bit taken out, or like, cause I'll taste it. And so I'll go to the store and buy all these different flavors, and I'll drink like that much. Cause it's just, I can't even like force myself. This morning, I actually tried, and I know it's not approved, but I did try with decaf. I tried to make a cup of coffee. And it's like I could taste, like I put like a Truvia in it, and I just did like half and half, and it was a really small serving. I took one little baby sip, and it was like that. This doesn't taste good. Now this is I'm like a person that I was drinking like a big coffee every day, and I made it a certain way every day, and it was like, to me it tasted like heaven. And now just my taste buds have changed. I'm also, things that I used to not like I used to, man, cottage cheese used to be like the most disgusting thought to me. Now, I've been eating cottage cheese probably like just about every single day. And actually today, I actually opened up a little thing of, I had bought, this is pre-op, I had bought some little baby foods just, you know, to have in case I needed something, you know, for this stage. and it was a pears and mango. I mixed half of that with like a third of a cup of cottage cheese, and that tasted really good, but it was very like, it was like overly sweet. Sorry, I actually just got out of the bath a couple hours ago, so I haven't quite done the hair. It's the weekend. It's Sunday. I don't want to do anything. So I don't even have any makeup on. Sorry. But, you know, this is actually the way I look, you know, at home on the weekends. But so like there's certain things. So I actually went out and now I don't like fish. I really don't like fish, except for like tuna fish salad or so. I actually was at the grocery store and I saw these like fillets and I was like, "Ooh, that looks good." I actually thought fish would look good, so I bought a couple. Haven't made them yet, but I think I'm gonna save those until I can eat more solid foods. Sorry. Oh, okay. The reason I'm coughing, oh my gosh, I have got the worst acid reflux ever. So when people are deciding whether or not to have VSG or gastric bypass, one of the issues is whether or not the person already has acid reflux. I already had acid reflux. I went to the doctor and I told them that I was leaning, that I would like to have VSG, but because I have acid reflux, that I was thinking he would probably want me to have gastric bypass. My doctor gave me some very, and I'll be honest, he gave me some what I consider unfortunate advice. He told me that acid reflux would not get worse with VSG. I completely disagree. I have never had acid reflux as bad as I have it now. Matter of fact, the other night, I don't even remember what I had eaten or what had happened, but it was so severe. It was like, it wasn't even like food. It wasn't from food. It was acid reflux. And acid reflux for me, it causes me to cough. It causes a lot of irritation because it's so high. The other night, it was literally where I actually felt like I was going to start throwing up because it was so high and it was irritating my gag reflex. And oh, I remember I had some creamy soup. That's what it was. But my husband had made it. So my husband, he's trying to talk to me and he's trying to tell me how he had made this soup because he had like creamed it extra in order for me to eat it. And so he's trying to tell me, and I was just like in such like distress that I mean, it was kind of like when I was talking about like that overeating feeling, where it's like the whole world kind of has to shut out, and it's like focusing on this pain, and I was like frantically trying to find like Tums like in the medicine cabinet because it was so severe. So I'm gonna actually be talking to the doctor. I hope it doesn't get worse because this is pretty bad. It's really really bad, but so that's something to really think about, especially if you haven't decided on if you're pre-op and you haven't decided which surgery to get. If you have mild, like, okay, once every couple weeks you might get a little twinge or like a little bit, I wouldn't consider that severe. I was having it every single day, was taking 2 to 3 Tums every single day, and my doctor did not think that was a red flag, and he told me that VSG was just fine. So I'm actually kind of second guessing my decision to go with VSG, and now maybe this is something that is kind of a recent post-op problem, and maybe it will get better. I hope, because it's pretty bad. I've actually heard about people having a revision from VSG to gastric bypass just because of this. But anyway, I guess that's about it. My time's about to run out, so I hope you guys are all doing great. This is a quite the journey that we're all on here together. So stay tuned. I'll be giving another update in a couple days. Okay, bye you guys.